Hey everybody, this is Courtney from Dandelion Branding and welcome to our channel, or welcome back if you are back. Dandelion Branding is a digital marketing agency that works with social impact and nonprofit organizations, as well as brands that are focused on sustainability. So we are all about marketing tips and learning more about sustainability. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely subscribe to our channel. We have a podcast, and I also make these videos where we talk about marketing. So yeah, like and subscribe. I'd love to have ya. So today I'm going to be talking about why a website matters so much for social impact organizations and for nonprofit organizations, and really why it matters probably more than like any other type of business. So let's jump into it. I want to start out by saying that the work that you're doing as a social impact or nonprofit organization matters. It is important. And having a website that doesn't accurately communicate can be so detrimental to your organization. And it's a sad truth that can really kind of make or break your success. Your website is really one of the main ways and one of the first ways that someone is introduced to your business, your mission, your values, and you have about 30 seconds to make it very clear and make an impression on that user before they maybe leave. And it's incredibly important that you get your point across and be very clear about your business or your organization and what you do and who you serve. And if your website is not up to snuff, or if that information is not clear, it is very likely that that user is going to leave. And bringing users into your website is incredibly important for nonprofit organizations, not only for you to be educating the public, but also for you to convert those users into possible volunteers, possible funders, donors in some way. And there are a lot of stakes with a nonprofit organization, social impact organizations. So you really have to be very clear and concise on your website. In 2022, it is actually probably worse to have a bad and unclear website than it is to have no website at all. Organizations definitely can exist just fine on social media and have an online presence without a website. But a bad website, if someone is trying to look at what you do, that's probably going to hurt you a lot more than having no website at all. So we definitely want to encourage you to take your time to really think about all of the choices that you're making, and I'll get into a bit of an optimization plan later on in the video. For social impact organizations and nonprofits, you really need to make a couple things clear right off the bat. And that is what you do, who you serve, and your mission and your values, and why you're doing the work that you're doing. And if the users on your site don't quickly understand that, then your website just isn't serving you like it could be. So these two types of organizations really are in a unique position, because for some, for e-commerce businesses or for other websites, the stakes aren't as high. Your audience doesn't hold you to as high of a standard. If somebody sees a product and they go to the website to purchase that product, they already have a very clear intention set. They already like the product, and so they're already on your website and they have the trajectory, right? You hope to convert them into making a purchase. That's kind of the typical e-commerce path. But with a nonprofit organization, it's probably a bit different. They might be learning more about the work that you do, more about the issues that you are dedicated to. But if you don't have a direct product to sell, there's less incentive for the user to engage with your organization. They'll probably just come, look at what you've got going on your website and leave. Maybe they'll follow you on social media. Maybe they'll sign up for an email list if you've got a really compelling offer. But you've got to make sure that you've got a way for people to engage and stay connected. If you don't have a product to sell, you really need to kind of work on that hook, how you're going to get people to continue to stay within your organization's kind of ecosystem, because you really need to build that relationship and build trust over time. If you're hoping to convert your audience into donors or fundraisers or volunteers, that is a relationship that needs to be built more over time, because it's not like an impulse decision, like an impulse buy for a product. So it definitely takes a little bit more time and thought and strategy to really have a look at how you are organizing what's on your website to ensure that it is very clear for somebody who knows very little about what you do and who you serve and what you sell. Needs to be very, very, very clear. And once again, you need to be focusing on ways that you can kind of keep that person within your brand's ecosystem, like having an email sign up or some sort of a freebie. Likely an email list is probably the best way to stay engaged with these folks outside of social media. We see a lot of organizations come to us because they have traffic on their site, but they're not seeing conversions. And this is really across the board for really any type of business, but we definitely see it for social impact and nonprofit organizations, because there isn't always a clear kind of and direct call to action or a way for the user to engage. And so if you're feeling like you're not seeing the results and the conversions that you'd like to, here is a quick optimization plan for you. So step one is working on driving traffic to your site, because you really kind of want to control who might be coming to your site. So step one is focusing on SEO. And so that's going to mean that you're going to look for keywords that are relevant to the type of work that you do and relevant to your audience. That's something that they might be interested in. Let's say you are an organization that works with beach cleanups. So you should probably be making content around the health of our ocean ecosystems, of our beaches, some common things that you find during beach cleanups, kind of what are the top 5 things that you find during beach cleanups and how can people avoid those. Those types of pieces of content would be incredibly interesting to your audience, who are likely people that enjoy going to the beach and want it to be clean. So if you are giving them content that is relevant to the work that you're doing, but also interesting, then you know you're going to be calling in the right type of audience to your site. So that's a great place to start, by creating content that is research in SEO. Step one. Step two is to kind of monitor how that SEO traffic is engaging with your site. So you want to monitor your bounce rate and your time on page. These are Google Analytics data points. So you'll want to monitor these throughout this time. So you'll need to give it a little bit of time to kind of gain some traction if you've just put out a piece of content. If people are coming into your site to see that content piece, then you'll want to take a look at how long they're staying. Are they clicking anywhere else? Are they really reading that content? And you should be setting goals for keeping people on your site for longer and reducing that bounce rate. Another way to kind of monitor how users are interacting is by using a heat map tool. And I have a video about that, so I'll put that somewhere around here. Heat maps, or monitoring user interactions through like Google Tag Manager or something like that, where you'd be able to see how people are clicking, where they're clicking, where they are really reading and looking on the page. That can be really, really helpful for you to understand how people are interacting with your website. And that type of tool is helpful for really all pages on your website, not particular to the content piece, but it can definitely be quite helpful to really understand how users are looking at your site, because it's very, very likely that you look at your site a heck of a lot differently than users do. So getting that insight is a very, very powerful thing. And so once you have noticed a few things, maybe some roadblocks where people are stopping, or you're noticing that they are not staying on your blog page for long enough, now you have some data points in which you can make changes. So that's where you then start to kind of optimize, make some adjustments, and then it's cyclical, right? You make some adjustments, you go back and you monitor and you watch to see if people are staying longer, are engaging more, are clicking to other content pieces, are kind of moving through your website in different ways. That is a very quick and easy way to look at your site from the user perspective and utilize that data to really make some optimizations to get you towards those goals. I really want to urge you to take a look at your website with fresh eyes and really try to see if it speaks to someone who knows nothing about the topics that you work within, and does it help guide the user into understanding more? Does it give them options for understanding more? Are there clear ways where they can engage and stay connected? If not, then you've now got some notes and can hopefully take those, make some changes, and follow the optimization plan. So I hope that this was helpful. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you like marketing tips and learning more about sustainability and learning from some incredible leaders in the field. We would love to have you subscribe to our channel and join the Dandelion branding ecosystem. We'll be back with more videos. We have some incredible upcoming interviews on our podcast, Environmental, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for the work that you're doing. If you are working for a nonprofit, working towards building a social impact organization or a sustainable brand, then we love to see it. If you have any questions at all, of course, feel free to reach out. info@Dandelion Branding is our main email address, so you can always shoot over questions that you might have about this or really any topic. We'd love to help you out. So feel free to reach out, and we will talk to you next time. All right, bye.